In this video, we're going to dive into how to create user waypoints in a Garmin GPS series navigator. That's going to be the GNX 375, GNC 355, or GPS 175. Let's go. Okay, so if we want to create a user waypoint, we can go to the waypoint information page and just hit create waypoint. The first thing that we'll want to type in is the user identifier. Now you're limited to 6 characters, but it can be letters or numbers, and this is going to be equivalent to the airport identifier that you type in when you want to navigate to an airport. So this is essentially just the code that you'll type in when you want to fly direct. So let's just simulate like we're setting this up for my house. We will make the identifier home. Next is going to be a comment, which can be 24 characters long, and although it defaults to the latitude and longitude, I like to make it just something with a little more detail, so let's make it my house. Okay, next we need to specify the position, and there's 3 different ways of doing that. So if you know the point at the intersection of 2 radials, you can specify that here. Nowadays, it's just going to default to our current location, but you can override it by selecting whatever the VOR station you want to use, and then type in the exact radial to the nearest 1/10 of a degree. You can do the same for these 2 VORs, or if you know 1 radial and the specified distance from the station, you can go ahead and import that location. So you can, once again, import your station, specify your radial, and then specify your distance from the station. And lastly, which is the one that I probably use the most frequently, is going to be latitude and longitude. So here you can go ahead and type in your current latitude and longitude. Just note that this is going to be in degrees, minutes, and decimals of minutes. The 2 other common ways of displaying latitude and longitude is going to be degrees, minutes, and seconds, or just decimal degrees. So once you've entered your current location through any of these 3 fields, you can hit enter, and you can double check the location from the graphical edit screen to make sure that it's about where you think it should be on the map. If this is a temporary waypoint, you can select temporary. This just means that once the unit powers off, it's going to delete this waypoint. So the vast majority of waypoints that you're going to make, you probably want to be permanent, but you do have that option in case you want it there. And then if this is an airport, like a private strip or something like that, you can check that and specify an elevation, and it's going to import the estimated altitude above sea level already, but if you want to overwrite it, just go ahead and type in whatever elevation you want here. And once you have all of these fields entered, just hit create, and now you've got this waypoint. Now, if you didn't enter something correctly, don't worry. You can go back and edit it by pressing edit, or you can delete it altogether by pressing delete and then OK. Now, if you have more than 1 waypoint and you want to view all of them in a list, just hit view list and it will let you scroll through up to 1,000 different user-created waypoints. And lastly, if you want to go back to the preview screen, you can preview it here and just see where that location is relative to the map. Now, navigating to a waypoint is simple. So we can go back to the map screen, go direct to, select our waypoint, and type in home, just like we would navigate to an airport, hit activate, and now we are flying to that waypoint. Now that was very manual, but let's go through a couple of ways that you can more efficiently create user waypoints. First off, if you know where the waypoint needs to be relative to the map in the GPS itself, you can enter painting mode just by scrolling and specify that location by this pointer and then pressing create waypoint. Now this is going to import the location from that pointer, so you don't need to deal with the location. You only need to modify the user identifier and the comment section. Then once again, you can specify if you want it to be temporary or if it's at an airport and you want to give it an elevation. And then once this information is how you want it, hit create, and you can see that waypoint is now on the map. So it's that easy, and then once again, if you just want to navigate to it, hit direct to, just like you would a normal airport. Now creating the user waypoint from painting mode is great, but here's the deal. I want to add Cherokee Air Park to my user waypoint list, which is just south of Bolivar. So I know that Sitsi is the final approach fix for runway 36, here's the intersection of 83, so I could get close, like I could estimate that Cherokee Air Park's right there, but I don't know exactly. But we can use Apple Maps or Google Maps to find the exact location and then import the latitude and longitude from there. So I'm on an iPad, so I'm going to use Apple Maps, but the workflow will be the exact same on Google Maps. So let's go ahead and scroll over to Apple Maps, and we can find Cherokee Air Park on the map. So like I said, it's south of Bolivar. Here it is, specified clear as day on Apple Maps. Now the problem is, if I click on Cherokee Air Park, I still don't get a good location that I can put in the GPS. So what I would recommend is just dropping a pin by pressing and holding on the screen, and there are the coordinates right there. So let's go ahead and write these coordinates down because we're going to have to convert them from decimal degrees to degrees, minutes, and decimal of minutes. Okay, so now that I've got these coordinates written down, all we need is a calculator to convert this to minutes. So my first coordinate is 37.550 degrees north. So the 37 degrees will stay the same, so we can write that down. But we need to convert the 0.550 to minutes, and we can do that just by multiplying it by 60. So now that is an even 33 minutes. So this is going to be 37 degrees and 33.0 minutes north. Now we can do the same for the other coordinate. So we have 93 degrees, once again. That's going to stay the same, but we have 0.39971 multiplied by 60 to get 23.98 minutes. So now that we've written those down, let's go ahead and transition back to our GPS. We can go to waypoint info, create waypoint, our user identifier. I will make Cherokee. And our comment, I will just make Cherokee Air Park. Okay, so for our position, latitude and longitude is already selected, but we do need to enter it. So we are going to be north, and we're going to be 37 degrees and 33.00 minutes north. And we are west, and we'll be 093 degrees, 23.98 minutes west. Now we can enter that, go to graphical edit, and see, hey, we are south of the town of Bolivar, but my estimation between Sitsi and Zoxby wasn't exactly right, so I'm glad we did this to get a more accurate waypoint. So this is an airport, so I'm going to activate the airport. 1152, I think is pretty close. We are, Bolivar's 1092, so I think that'll work. And then we can just hit create, and now Cherokee Air Park is on our map. So we're currently at the home waypoint, but here's Cherokee on the south side of Bolivar. And if we want to navigate there, let's just go ahead and type in Cherokee. Hit activate, and now we're flying Cherokee Air Park. It's that simple. So that concludes this quick overview on how to create user waypoints in a Garmin GPS Series Navigator. I hope this video was helpful, and if you stayed till the end, it really means a lot. You guys fly safe, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.